Hey Yoke, what's the squeeze with your new week? Those who don't miss an episode, the Chico Army, but if you do miss one, shoot, you're just a viewer of the tube. My name's Tyler, the host of the crypto channel that says when you open one of our videos, our content just explodes. You best catch up on that kitchen cleaning, miss. It's time for Chico Crypto. So if you guys didn't know or could tell, I'm a big fan of Uniswap. One of the first times in history digital asset swaps could happen without a central intermediary. And it's all done with code on the Ethereum blockchain. Uniswap creates its own little financial ecosystem. There's Bitcoin with wrapped BTC and others. There's stablecoins with DAI, USDC, and even nasty Tether. Although the only piece it's missing is a fiat on and off ramp. Well, actually many exchanges are missing that, but a centralized option, as I'm sure many of you have heard, just got the granddaddy of them all. Kraken received a Wyoming banking charter, which will make that process for their customers, fiat on and off, that much easier. It's all good, but what I see with this is you are going backwards, where crypto, Ethereum, and Bitcoin will always rely on the USD. Now, I know some of you would be in awe of a fiat option for Uniswap. It would make it the killer app, right? Well, I personally don't want to see that, as Uniswap already has its dollar. It's called DAI and other stablecoins. So I'm bullish on any project that is creating a stable cryptocurrency, as the volatile nature of the assets is the biggest barrier to adoption, merchant, retail, and more. And we will get into that a bit later. But first, if you watch the live stream over the weekend, you got a slight hint of one I've set my eyes upon. That is mStable and their suite of DeFi applications which unites stablecoins, lending and swapping into a single protocol. So these products from mStable are all live. You can create MUSD on the Mint section of their application. And as we can see, it's created by taking a basket of other stablecoins, TUSD, DAI, USDC, and Tether, and holding them in a smart contract. So you mint by sending one of these to that contract. So right away you can compare this to another stablecoin project, Reserve Rights and their stablecoin RSV. Going to their minting portal, we can see it's similar in that as of right now it takes a basket of stablecoins, 3 to be exact, USDC, TUSD, and Paxos Standard. So very similar. And checking out RSV stats on CoinGecko, we can see the market cap and circulating supply is just over 1 million, meaning just 1 million RSV has been minted, which can be confirmed from the token's Etherscan, just over 1 million tokens with only 109 holders. For comparison, MUSD on CoinGecko has a market cap and circulating supply of over 36 million, meaning 36 million have been minted, which we can confirm by going to the token Etherscan. And looky, it has over 3,600 holders of the stablecoin. So just on the surface, within the DeFi infrastructure, MUSD looks to be about 36 times bigger than RSV. Now each of these projects has a governance token, Meta for MUSD and Reserve Rights for RSV. Now as we can see, RSR, Reserve Rights, has a market cap of $133 million, while Meta is shooting up as people caught on from the live stream, but still the market cap is under $20 million. Now when I see things like this, I see opportunity. I'm not hating on RSR or RSV, as I do hold some, but mStable is pushing way harder in DeFi, which is seen by its DeFi stablecoin being 36 times larger than RSV. So why is this? Well, as you can see with RSV and their app, you can just mint and redeem. That is it as of right now. With mStable, you can of course mint and redeem as well, but also save, earn, and swap. So save is an interest rate you can earn. As of yesterday, that interest was an average 40% APY for the past 7 days. So how is it earning that much? Well, a person deposits their MUSD into the Save contract, which then unlocks the underlying collateral stablecoins, Tether, DAI, TUSD, or USDC. And now those collateral assets are lent on several decentralized lending markets, Compound, Aave, and more. Underlying collateral is utilized. Then they have earned Earn, which once again utilizes DeFi to incentivize their users to contribute to the protocol. Earn consolidates all of their liquidity pools into one place, which are incentivized pools, earning between just over 34% APY and nearly 120%, which this is possible by rewarding the LP's liquidity providers with their governance token, MTA. Weekly rewards for each pool is between 10K to 25K MTA. Finally, there is the swap tool, which allows anyone to swap between stablecoins with zero slippage, one-to-one no matter what the underlying price of the coin. All 5 of them on the platform so far. Now remember I said I'm bullish on Reserve even though they are behind in the DeFi scene. Why? Well, there is something interesting about one of the stablecoins they accept, one that mStable doesn't. Paxos Standard. Now last year, Reserve had an AMA and they spoke of the stablecoins within their basket. Nevin Freeman, CEO, said this: "We are working on forming collaborative relationships with our vault asset stablecoins, USDC, TUSD, and PAX. The applications we are going after tend to be different from what they are pursuing, so it's a harmonious relationship." Partners, and the Paxos one is particularly interesting because in July of this year, it was announced that PayPal would be teaming up with Paxos for its crypto service, and Paxos would be handling the supply of their digital assets. From the article, it states, it's not clear exactly which cryptocurrencies PayPal intends to offer. Paxos declined to comment for this story. PayPal did not return requests for comment by press time. Maybe Reserve in their stablecoin? Well, we know who are the investors for Reserve. The old PayPal mafia is, and then some. Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal. Jack Selby, founding team member of PayPal. Eric Jackson, former VP of marketing at PayPal. And even Sam Altman in Coinbase Ventures, then some. So in my opinion, it's make or break it for Reserve with PayPal's crypto service. It launches and integrates with Reserve, boom baby boom. It doesn't, not good. And that is possible because all of Reserve's connections to PayPal are from the old PayPal mafia. As we know, it was sold to eBay a long time ago. Now remember, I said I wanted to get into merchant adoption of crypto, as if that happens, it's on like Donkey Kong. PayPal is working on something, but who knows how long it could be before anything is here. And anything that is robust enough can handle the wild transaction fees, stablecoins, and more. Although there is a crypto project out there focusing on merchant solutions right now, Origin Protocol, who has D-shops that are decentralized open source e-commerce stores that anyone can use to create their own blockchain-powered web store for free. And some big crypto names have already created D-shops for their merchant items, including Kyber, Brave, and Solana. And of course, crypto payments are a staple feature, Ethereum, stablecoins, and any ERC20 token. But my lord, the fees make it unfeasible. Paying for a $20 t-shirt with a $5 gas transaction fee, which goes for all the popular stablecoins and Ethereum right now. So what can the merchants do? What are the solutions out there going to do to fix this? Well, xDai. That is literally what the protocol was made for. It was a solid weekend for xDai. We got confirmation the Acropolis is going to be moving to xDai Layer 2, which is solid as Delphi has over 17 million locked in it right now. And this is big because, as we can see, xDai over the past month has been trending upwards in total value locked up, but it's still small, under 500k. Thus, when big jumps come from things like Acropolis, xDai is going to shoot up in the rankings on DeFi Pulse, getting many eyes. That is big, but this is even bigger. Stanny.eth tweeted xDai. Who is this? Well, this is Stani Koletkov, and he is the founder and CEO of Aave. Then he decided to tweet xDai ? That is massive if Aave moves to xDai, as 1.32 billion is locked up with them. I mean, even a piece of them moving would be massive. And it's beginning. As if you didn't know, Aave Lend is a token bridged the most to the xDai chain. with the most holders. So, like I've been saying, xDai will get the layer 2 looks from the big DeFi names as it's ready to freaking go. But the merchant adoption solutions built on xDai is where I see some major opportunities. I mean, this is originally where xDai got its first looks. From the xDai wiki on the Burner wallet, it says, Burner wallet showcased the speed and low transaction cost of the xDai chain at ETH Denver, when the transaction cost for all meals was 20 cents, while processing over 38 grand in DAI to various food trucks and merchants. It provided a solution for merchants, and this, in my opinion, is how crypto is adopted into the masses. Going back to one of Origin's shops, Solana's for example, everything is great. The UI, the shopping experience, connecting to MetaMask or a hardware wallet. But once you get to payment of the $23.99 purchase, there is an additional $7.25 gas fee. That is 30% of the total, making it now over $31. So unless you're making a purchase of over $1,000, it's not worth it. I cannot wait to see solutions, specifically merchant, that will be built on xDai, allowing business merchants a scalable and economically feasible solution, hopefully by Origin and others moving on this seriously underrated sector of the crypto markets. Cheers, viewers. I'll see you next time.